Ryan Reynolds was just spotted liking posts that paint Justin Baldoni as a creep, not sharing them, not commenting on them, liking them publicly with his own verified account for anyone scrolling to see.
As you know, the lawsuit settled 3 months ago. So why is he still obsessed with burying Justin Baldoni? And why is Ryan Reynolds liking this post? How stupid of Ryan to do something like that. And it's not the only post that he likes. He likes another one too. This one is from More with MJ.
And that is just the opening act, because this week also gave us a photographed soccer game, a jeweler with a Taylor Swift connection showing up as Blake's personal guest, and 2 brand new attorneys added to Blake Lively's legal roster right as a deposition fight heats up. Welcome back to Clout Fallout, where we take Hollywood's PR spin and actually pick it apart. Let's get into it. Start with the part that's genuinely wild. Ryan Reynolds has reportedly been caught publicly liking Instagram posts whose authors frame Justin Baldoni as, in their own words, a creep. One of those posts comes from an account that has spent months fixated on Baldoni, run by a man who goes by ex-patriarch online.
Posts that Ryan Reynolds publicly liked. This is from ex-patriarch. This guy is obsessed with Justin Baldoni. His entire Instagram is just filled with posts trying to convince people that Justin is a creep and Blake is a victim. So this post, his name is Brent McClare in real life, and this post he did a few days ago, and it says Justin Baldoni's problematic behavior told by those who worked with him.
That account recently promoted a Substack article claiming to compile accounts from people who worked alongside Baldoni, cast, crew, and reportedly his own publicist, all supposedly describing troubling behavior. Worth saying plainly, none of that has been tested in court. It's circulating online commentary, not a verified record. Still, the post's caption framed Baldoni as someone who's dominated the narrative for 2 full years. Which is a strange claim, considering he barely spoke publicly at all until recently, while Blake Lively did the opposite. Talk shows, red carpets, a public speech. A wave of anti-Baldoni video content and reaction clips has been circulating alongside these posts on TikTok and Instagram, amplifying the same claims to new audiences. The second liked post is arguably messier. It came from an account calling itself More with MJ.
Guess who liked that post? Ryan Reynolds. He is also here publicly liking this post. Isn't that fascinating?
Run by someone who identifies as an attorney without giving a full name. The post walked through the New York Times lawsuit Baldoni filed, framing it as a total defeat, and claimed his studio was ordered to cover the Times' legal fees. Here's the problem. That post got a community note attached and eventually had its comments shut off because the framing left out.
So he's not only liking pro-Blake Lively content who says that Blake Lively is a victim, he's not just standing behind his wife anymore saying, I support her, I'm proud of her, I'm such a good husband because I believed her. He's now helping to push and to support a narrative that makes Justin Baldoni a creep.
Key context. The Times case was dismissed on reporters' privilege grounds by a federal judge back in June 2025 before it ever reached the discovery stage where evidence gets formally tested. It wasn't dismissed because a jury or judge weighed the underlying facts and rejected them. And notably, Blake Lively's own portion of the case saw a comparable dismissal, something the Post conveniently left out. Baldoni, for his part, was given the option to amend his complaint, which is not the same as a case being thrown out for good. So when this account claimed the case proved Baldoni's team ran an untraceable smear operation, that's presented as the Poster's own reading of court filings, not a judicial finding. Ryan Reynolds liked that post too. And here's where it gets genuinely ironic. Blake Lively spent close to 2 years telling the public she was the target of an orchestrated smear campaign that someone deliberately manufactured and boosted negative narratives about her online. Multiple hired researchers reportedly backed up parts of that claim in filings. Fine, but now her own husband appears to be amplifying the kind of negative online narrative she said was so damaging, just aimed at Baldoni instead. When a celebrity with Ryan Reynolds' following likes a post, platforms tend to push it further, and fans tend to treat the like itself as a kind of endorsement. If Ryan liked it, it must be true. That's obviously not how facts work, but perception is the whole game here, and it's hard not to notice the double standard. Amplification is apparently a coordinated attack when it's aimed at Blake, but accountability when it's aimed at Justin. One theory circulating widely among viewers who follow this story closely, speculation, not anything confirmed or sourced, is that Reynolds believes if the public turns on Baldoni hard enough, sympathy naturally swings back to Blake, and by extension, back to him. His own career has reportedly taken a hit alongside hers, and if that theory holds, this would be less about loyalty and more about damage control. Nobody outside that marriage actually knows what's driving this, but the pattern of likes is public record, and it does raise the question insiders reportedly floated even before the Baldoni settlement, that Blake and Ryan wouldn't actually let this go, regardless of what got signed. If that reporting holds up, what we're watching now would be the follow-through. There's also a smaller side story worth a quick mention. A viewer following the Baldoni lawsuit subreddit says posts questioning the More with MJ account were removed within minutes, comments locked so fast nobody could respond, and that a follow-up post met the same fate within about 15 minutes. Another creator, who goes by Little Girl Attorney online, says she was blocked after publicly asking MJ to clarify her legal background before her breakdown got treated as authoritative. MJ's actual credentials were never confirmed on the account itself. Take this as one viewer's account, not a confirmed pattern. Now, the soccer match. Blake and Ryan showed up to a Wrexham game with their kids reportedly in tow, and this time, notably, with a professional photographer, Guy Arak, tagging along to capture the moment. The resulting photos landed near simultaneously across E! News, People, Page 6, USA Today, and InStyle, and nearly every single outlet used some version of the phrase, rare family outing. That's not a coincidence you stumble into. When 5 outlets publish the same framing within hours of each other, that kind of synchronized framing is exactly what makes people suspect coordinated PR. Here's the funny part. For a rare family outing supposedly featuring all 4 of Blake and Ryan's minors, there's exactly one photo showing what might be one of them, a young girl with long blonde hair being hugged by Blake. No confirmed shot of the other 3. So how did every outlet independently know all 4 were present? Which raises an obvious question. Where did that deal come from? Meanwhile, Blake tagged a small fortune in accessories in the same photos. Fendi, Christian Louboutin, Cartier, Audemars Piguet, despite apparently having no actual sponsors on any of it. Read into that what you want, but it reads like someone hoping a brand notices and slides into the DMs with a deal. There's one more detail worth a quick mention. Guy Arak's own Instagram shows he previously photographed Brandon Sklenar, Baldoni's It Ends With Us co-star, an overlap online commenters have flagged, though it could easily just be a busy photographer working multiple jobs. More notable, also present was jeweler Lorraine Schwartz, tagged directly by Blake. Schwartz has dressed Taylor Swift extensively and recently, including pieces tied to the Life of a Showgirl rollout. Whether tagging her publicly was a pointed nod toward Taylor is speculation floating around fan accounts, not a confirmed message from Blake's camp. But the timing hasn't gone unnoticed. And it's worth stepping back on this soccer match for a second, because rare family outing has become something of a running joke among people who follow this story closely. We've now seen a version of this exact headline. Blake and Ryan, spotted somewhere public, framed as an intimate glimpse into their private world, repeat itself every couple of weeks for months. At what point does rare stop meaning rare? A publicist can call something a rare and candid moment as many times as she wants, but when the pattern repeats on a near bi-weekly schedule with a hired photographer along for the ride, it starts to look less like a candid family memory and more like a recurring content strategy. Last piece for today, the legal maneuvering. Blake has reportedly added 2 new attorneys to her team, Stephanie A. Roser and Ezra A. Hudson, right as a fight brews over whether crisis consultant Jed Wallace can depose her. Wallace is the strategist Blake's filings allege built the underlying PR machine behind the smear campaign narrative, and he's now seeking roughly $800,000 in attorney's fees, with his side pushing to formally question Blake under oath. According to earlier filings, Blake's team reportedly warned that if Wallace spoke publicly about her resisting deposition, they'd respond with the full weight of her legal team. Reportedly, 8 attorneys, at rates near $10,000 an hour combined. Bringing on 2 more lawyers now certainly doesn't read like someone backing off that threat. Exactly how the deposition dispute resolves is impossible to predict with any confidence. That's the kind of detail that may eventually surface in a filing, a deposition transcript, or a courtroom proceeding down the line, not something we can call in advance. So, where does that leave things? A husband publicly boosting content that undercuts the exact, coordinated smear narrative his wife built her public case around. A candid outing that a lot of viewers online are reading as staged. A jewelry tag that might be a message to Taylor Swift, or might be nothing at all. And a legal team growing right as a key witness pushes for answers under oath. None of this is confirmed conspiracy. A lot of it is pattern, timing, and public behavior that people online are reasonably reading into. But the pattern itself is hard to ignore. What makes this whole saga so sticky, honestly, is that both sides of this story keep accusing each other of running the exact same playbook. Blake's camp says Baldoni's side manufactured a coordinated online pile-on. Baldoni's supporters, and now apparently Ryan Reynolds himself through his likes, are pointing at Blake's own publicity machine and saying, look, this is what an orchestrated campaign actually looks like. Maybe both readings have some truth in them. Maybe neither side is as innocent as their own filings claim. What we can say with confidence is that the public behavior on display, the liked posts, photo ops that a lot of viewers online are reading as staged, the added lawyers, is happening in full view, and it's giving viewers plenty of material to draw their own conclusions from, whether or not those conclusions ever get confirmed in a courtroom. Thank you so much for watching. If this one kept you hooked, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Clout Fallout so you don't miss the next update on this story.